Hello. Have you ever wondered what 10 comic pages looks like deconstructed? Because this is it. This is what it looks like. Did you know? Did you know that? I'm on the floor, by the way. Okay, yeah, so this is 10 pages of comics deconstructed. This is what it looks like. These are all drawings I did. Do you see this? This probably took a day, maybe 2 days. Who knows? I have no idea at this point. I mean, some of these are pretty good. I've done these 10 pages for probably like 6 patrons, and I would do it for 0 patrons, I think. I don't know. Making a comic book should come from you, not money. I didn't get into comic books to make money. That's why I'm freaking broke, man. Each one of these stinking pages is done with pencil, and then inked, and then erased. I use little Sharpie markers, as many of you have probably seen. I Sharpie the shit out of them and erase all the pencil for each one of these. These have all been my blood, sweat, and tears. They're all here. God. Okay. So I guess this is all to say. Has finishing 10 pages of my comic book changed my life in any way? Okay. Ja. Ja. It's looking pretty good. Jesus. This is good. This is good. Moving this there. A little lower. Oh, hello? Yeah. Okay. No. No, it hasn't. My girlfriend Danielle even says so, okay? She told me that. I asked her, I said, has this changed me in any way? She said, no. That does bring me to my next point, though. Would I recommend that you finish your 10 pages of your comic book just to get going? And I would say, yes. Freaking do it, you idiot. Like, get it over with. If you are one of those people that rants about wanting to do something like, oh, I can make such a good comic book if somebody just gave me the chance, and then you never effing start it, you're an idiot. Okay, not you, but like, okay, maybe you, but like, you know, start now. Don't be an idiot. Like, let's go. Get it on. Let's see it. Let's go. Sometimes I say things on camera and I regret them, and then in editing, it's magic. But right now, I don't know if it's one of those times. I really don't know. If I'm gonna recommend that you do this, I should probably tell you some of the things I've felt throughout this whole process of 10 pages. Starting with number 1. This whole process has been a hot mix of anxiety, extreme anxiety, and depression, and helplessness, but also self-righteousness. There's a big mix there. There's a big mixing pot of things, a big mixing pot of feelings. So what do I mean by that? Why am I super anxious or helpless? Man, it's because I'm working on a comic book and I have 6 patrons. Like, hi you. Thanks for paying for my comic book. But, like, you know, how do I know that the world's gonna care about this idea? Well, I don't. That's the scary part. That's what's frightening. I could put all this time that I've been showing you into this comic book and no one will read it. No one will care. I've already made a video about no one reading my other comic book. Why should they care about this one? I made a graphic novel that no one has read. Well, that's where the self-righteousness comes in, okay? Chump. The self-righteousness comes in right after that, because if I don't make this idea, then how will people know that they can care about this thing that I assume they don't care about? I have to make it first to give them the option to not care about it. They have to have something to care about. And that happens to be a zombie apocalypse diabetes story that no one asked for, but I know that someone will read. You will read this, I hope. See, that's where the self-righteous comes in, okay? You see what I'm saying? The more work I get done, the more work I can show off, which means the more my little brain does a little dopamine burst, you know? I'm like, ooh, I get to post a page, and it's really exciting for me because people get to see what I'm up to. And I feel good about myself. When people say like, oh man, keep it up, that looks great. Maybe they're bots. Don't ruin this for me, okay? Please. And through me working on this stuff, I've exposed other opportunities that happen to correlate to the topic of what I'm talking about. My pancreas that's broken. People want to work with a guy like that. Who knew? Who knew? Well, I do now, because I've been working on stuff, and I'm telling you about it, so listen. Okay, another thing I feel throughout the day is when I take lunch breaks at work, I get to work on my comic book for just a little bit each day, and that little bit of work I do is such an accomplishment midday. It's like, oh, I'm taking my lunch break, it's 1 o'clock, woo! And then I go and I make a little drawing that gets put in my comic book, and it moves my comic further along. And each time I do that each day, I feel a little bit more accomplished. Like, yes, okay, I'm doing a full day's work. That I should be feeling accomplished, but you know, I have mental problems, and I like doing my own work on top of the work I already do that pays me, and this doesn't pay me. I do it and I feel good at lunch, okay? It's a benefit. There's a give and take here. Okay, the last feeling I have, which is, you know, the disheartening one, is each page I work on doesn't get me that far along in the script. I'm looking at my script and it's several pages long, and I haven't broken page 1 yet. I'm still on the first page of my script, and I'm 10 pages in, working on 11, and that's a good thing, okay? I mean, it feels like shit, because like, I'm like, I will never get this done. I'm never going to get it done. But the longer I take to get through my script, the more I can flesh out ideas for my audience, and they can see more of my world and my characters. It just slows things down, so the reader doesn't feel like whiplash about the situations that I'm bouncing between. I'm sticking for as long as I can in situations. When my character's running away from a zombie down a hallway, you bet that I'm going to spend a long ass time showing off what she did, how she got through it, how she overcame that problem, because that's what you're there for as a reader. You want to experience the situation this character's going through. One of the most annoying things I've ever experienced in a Marvel comic is when they give me a lore dump in the middle of a comic book. I'm looking at pictures, man. I don't want to read. Don't give me a bunch of conversation bubbles. I don't want to read all that stuff. I want to look at pretty art and then happen to feel good about reading when I'm an audience member, okay? You're not going to work through your script really fast, and that feels bad. But it's ultimately a net good for your audience and for you. So feel good about that, okay? What the hell have I learned through this whole process? Nothing. Okay, so I have learned some things, actually, real talk. I've pissed off Reddit. Okay, not all of Reddit, but some Redditors, and that's not my goal. I never went out to go and piss off Redditors. This comic was never supposed to do that. It was supposed to collect a bunch of people with broken pancreases and, you know, give them a story that represents them properly. Not tear people on Reddit down. That's stupid. And that's what I spent a video doing. I was reviewing people's zombie apocalypse ideas, and I was ripping on them because it was funny to me. Like, I want people to care about surviving the zombie apocalypse, but when people don't care about living, what I'm trying to say is I don't want to piss off Reddit. I don't want to piss on people's ideas. Everyone has great ideas as to what they should or shouldn't be doing in a zombie apocalypse because it doesn't exist. So suck it. Another thing that's really cool that I've learned since working on this is that it's really obvious, by the way. So if you hear this and you're like, that is super obvious, I could have told you that, Graham. Well, you should have told me sooner. Now that I'm doing work that I care about and I'm deeply inspired by and motivated to finish and I love, I'm increasing the odds of me finding opportunities that align with things I care about. My disease that I live with and comic books are two things I care deeply about, and now I'm encouraging opportunities from people that know that I like those things. Okay, well, I don't like that my pancreas is broken, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, I care about that problem, and now I get opportunities that come my way fishing for those problems that I'm trying to bring awareness to. That's really cool, and whatever you're working on, I'm sure will bring you up to new opportunities that you may really like because you've started doing things that you care about, and people see that. That's really cool. So good when you do things that you like. Don't do things that are boring. It's a waste of time. Anyways, I hope that you got something out of this video, because sometimes I feel like I don't. Life is work, man. If you'd like to read the comic that I'm working on, all of my pages can be viewed on my Patreon. And if you'd like to just follow my work, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's here. You're watching it right now. And also my Instagram, I update frequently with new updates. I've been posting a lot of my drawings each day I finish them on my Instagram story. So follow my Instagram. It'll be linked somewhere below. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope the projects you're working on are getting you excited because that's really what we're here for. We're here to do cool things and be creative and make things that are neat before AI takes over the entire world. My friend Danny broke his arm. Sucks to be you. Okay, bye. What am I doing? This is a typical stupid video idea.